Hello, you wonderful, beautiful people. Welcome back to a new video. It is time. I'm going to show you the farm that I spent my time at all summer long. In the middle of the gorgeous Dutch green heart, next to Utrecht, close to the little town called Haarzuilens, lies this beautiful farm called Geertjes Hoeve. This farm, founded by Rick and Anne 10 years ago, is a home to pigs, ponies, bunnies, cats, chickens, peacocks, some sheep, and most of all, goats. The farm is open to the public all year round. In summer it's open 7 days a week, and in winter it's open 5 days a week. The 120 dairy goats that live on the farm live in this beautiful barn, and they get to roam free every day in the pastures. Now we don't only have girl goats, we also have some bucks who make sure that every spring we get lots of nice little lambs. Twice a day, the dairy goats get milked. They get a little snack in a cubby. Then they all get in line. See which one's first. They can have a little snack while the process is happening. I love how they're all waiting in line impatiently because they want to have their little snack, and they all know the drill. This is really cool setup that they all each have their own little cubby to stand in, and then at the end this front part goes up and they can just walk off. Goats are so funny and smart. Now that these are walking off, the others are coming back and trying to collect the little pebbles that fell on the floor. And in the end, they all get their food and they all get to have a nice rest after. Now there's a couple of things that we do with the goat's milk on the farm. One of the things is that we make goat's cheese, and I filmed the process of making cheese for you guys, so let me show you how it's done. Now a couple of hours before this, the milk has been heated, rennet has been added, and now the cutting process is starting. So the milk has gotten more thicker, and now we have to cut all the little cheese bits, and let's make some nice goat cheese. Now what you can still see here is whey and the parts that are going to make the cheese. So we are cutting the parts that are going to make the cheese in the end, and then what will be left is the whey. Now the whey will not be wasted because it will be fed to the pigs. when everything has been cut to the proper sizes, it is time to dispose of the whey. The whey is going into the floor, which is going into a big barrel that we fed to the pigs. Now, when a part of the whey has been drained, they are adding hot water to heat up the process. When it's at the right temperature, it is time to drain the whey and get the bits out to put in the cheese molds. You need about 9.5 liters of goat's milk to produce 1 kilo of cheese. Now half of the cheese she's making here is just normal goat's cheese, and the other half she's adding pesto, garlicky herbs, so that's what she's doing right now. All the cheeses need to get a little number so that they know what cheese batch it's from and when it's made. And what I found fascinating is just with having it sit for a little while in these shapes, she was actually able to open them up, but the cheese was already sort of like a cheese shape. But she had just put this in like half an hour ago. Like, how quickly does this become a cheese? I was so fascinated by that, even though I've been around this process my entire life, because I've been working for the family that owns these type of farms since I've been 11. But I've never really realized how fast this process is. It's still flubbery and blubbery, but it's not coming apart like the little parts that it just was. I think that's so fascinating. Then, when the number is put on and the cheese has been turned around, it is going to be pressed for an amount of time. I don't really know how long. She's going to put a little press on it. She's stacking them up. And then all of the excess moisture will be pushed out. So it'll be a proper cheese. Now, nothing in the process gets wasted because the little bits that are still left over from the cheese are getting cleaned out and caught, and they are being fed to the chickens outside. And of course, the whey is going to the pigs. Then after about an hour and a half, it is time to take the presses off and flip the cheese in the mold. Now the next step in the process is moving them from the room where the cheeses are made until the room where the cheeses are stored. They will be placed in a little salt bath for a little while, and afterwards they will be provided with a little coating, and then if this is all done, they will be put on a shelf to rest, and a younger cheese will have had a shorter ripening time than an older cheese. Now they don't only make this cheese, they also make a type of feta cheese and soft cheese, which you can buy at the farm. You can also buy the milk pasteurized or raw milk. And another use that we have for this wonderful milk product is that we make the most amazing pancakes in a restaurant that we have. Now they have an awesome menu with lots of goodies on there. But my favorite is either a pancake or French toast with cherries and whipped cream, which I love so much. But yeah, we have this awesome carousel roundabout thingy, which is awesome, with all the pans for the pancakes. And it's being made for you with lots of love and beautiful products. Now, because the farm is open all year round for visitors, there's lots of seating outside, there's a couple of playgrounds, there's an indoor playground, you can hang out with all the animals, you can have a nice pancake outside or have a little ice cream, and there's also about 50 little kiddie bikes all around the farm that the kids can just ride on the farm. It's so much fun for everybody to hang out here. Now in my shots, the farm looks rather empty, and I did that so I can show you the farm in a good way, but normally during the day there's lots of people around. And one of the activities that's very fun for kids to do is you can give the little lambs a little bottle of milk. You can feed them with a little bottle of milk, and you can also get some pebbles, and you can feed the bigger goats some pebbles. Now, other than the really cool restaurant that's on the farm, there's also this really cool farm store. In this store, they sell lots of nice goodies. They sell these beautiful cards, which are very characteristic for the region and the farm, and so much more, including local honey, eggs and cheese, dairy products such as desserts, yogurt, soft cheeses, butter, lots of beautiful fruit, and also lots of beautiful vegetables. There's also meat from the animals on the farm, such as the pigs and the goats. There's too much to show you everything, but it's just a beautiful store with lots of products. Most of it are biological products. A lot of it is goat's product, but there's also cow products. We have sweets, we have teas, we have like stroopwafels, we have coffee. There's so much stuff. This is speculaas, also very nice and Dutch, I believe. Little candles from Utrecht, from the Domtoren. There's so much to see, so if you're ever in the neighborhood, go check it out. Just go and see all the beautiful products and maybe get some for yourself. Now, if you're ever here, please buy these. These are called Geertjes Geitenkeutels, which means they are goat's poo. They are like licorice flavored. I don't know if everybody likes it, but this is such a cute thing to give to people. They look like little goat turds, but they are actually sweets. Now that it's summer, there's lots of young life around. We have baby piglets, we have baby chicks, of course we have young goats, we also have some baby bunnies, and we also have some baby kittens. Now, what I love about the vision behind this farm is that it is open to public because the owners want to connect the public to the circle of the food that they eat. So they want to show all the animals, and then they want to show how they live and how they are bred and how they eat, and then at the same time they want to sell the products to them. They strive to be an organic, circular farm. And to my knowledge, the circular part means that the amount of nutrients and vitamins they take from the soil to feed the animals, they make sure that they put it back into the soil so that the food stays nutritious and they can feed the animals back the nutrition, and then the circle is round. So with their manure and everything that they create to feed back the soil, they make sure that there's enough vitamins in there to feed the soil again so that the animals can eat all the vitamins again. They also strive to create lots of their own crops for feeding for the animals, such as beans and grains. And of course, they produce their own hay. Now, how do I fit into this whole story? And let me tell you what I do at the farm. Because other than being very passionate, creative, hardworking farmers, Rick and Anne are also loving parents of 4 kids. And that's where they can use some help in summertime. So for the most part, I work as a personal assistant in the household with the kids. So I'm their nanny and I hang out with the kids all day. And a little bit on the side, I do some chores, some painting, some wallpapering, just some other stuff. But most of the time, I'm hanging out with their kids. And there's this beautiful spot for me to stand in this beautiful meadow with beautiful sunsets and sunrises. And it's very comfortable for us to hang out here. There's lots of places to walk. There's a beautiful castle nearby, and it's just a beautiful space to hang around in. So we enjoy ourselves here all summer and then make enough money to start traveling again. So that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you a little bit of an insight of the spot that we're hanging out in all summer. And we are working to make enough money to travel again, but also I'm working to order some stuff to do some maintenance on the van and maybe have some maintenance done on the van before we leave again. So that's also stuff I'm working on, and yeah, you'll be seeing about that in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you in the next one, and in the meantime, don't forget to say yes to Newvanventures.